Hey again people, FenixFire here. Got a match today against Pokemai11, a jolly battler who dabbles in most tiers. She's also the admin of the community T-Flare, so if you're interested in seeing a lot of variety and a fun forum on the side, I'd definitely advise to check her out. I'll elaborate on it as well at the end if you're interested. Featured presentation for today is Yu, so let's jump right in. My corner is the first to go, dispatching Sock to lead the team. Pokemai begins by sending out Escavalier. As this foe mostly only sports aggressive abilities, I command Sock to meet steel with steel and go for close combat. As I'm already able to deal ample damage, Escavalier returns the favor with Iron Head. Roughed up yet not out thanks to my ability Sturdy preventing one-hit KOs, Sock can fight on through even the toughest of wounds. Figuring my opponent would want to preserve Escavalier for later to combat my Mew, I order Sock to use Rest. Although it seems a most peculiar option, Sock's move pool leaves much to be desired from, thus leaving room for other tricks. Aside from that, it also allows me to re-enable Sturdy, Sock's ace in the hole. Regrettably, my cares not for such fufara, and headbutts my Pokemon for a second time, bringing it back to square one. With my ability spent, I let loose my Pokemon once more and defeat Escavalier. With first blood drawn, the score is now 5 vs 6. Having lost its backup plan, I leave Sock in as the enemy's Mew takes position. While the foe's Pokemon incinerates mine, I speculate my adversary might have deployed Zoroark instead, due to the usage of Flamethrower and the Life Orb recoil. Confident Jolteon can outspeed anything the opponent is packing, I let loose my speedy puppy to regain momentum. Fearing nothing, I hastily prepare my Pokemon for the assault as Nidoking suddenly dashes forward and cracks the ground with Earth Power. Having completely forgotten the power of a Choice Scarf set, I am forced to pay the ultimate price as Jolteon is vanquished from play. Down another companion, the total stands at 4 vs 5. Flustered by this foolhardy mistake, I recollect my composure and launch Aerodactyl from its Pokeball. As Azumarill is fielded, Aerodactyl swoops in but misses the target. Known for packing the priority move Aqua Jet, I cannot hold my position lest I lose another strongman. Sounding the retreat, I counter with Poliwrath to absorb any and all water it might shower me with. Distressfully enough, the foe foresees my effort again and constructs a substitute, putting me in a terrible position. Having no option but to push the offensive, I direct Poliwrath to launch its barrage. Easily dispatching the preliminary defenses, Azumarill is able to remain undamaged and charge an almighty Focus Punch. Even with no boosts, the hit managed to deal substantial harm. Forced to play risky in order to recover from my predicament, I gauge that Pokemai might haul Nidoking back in to sponge my attack. As I shift out my Choice Specs Poliwrath from you, my gamble pays off as it is rewarded with the aforementioned Pokemon. Feeling relatively safe considering my defensive training and Nidoking packing only so much power, the Purple Menace strikes fierce with Thunderbolt. Wounded yet still able, my Pokemon mines the play area with Stealth Rocks. Although it does not inflict direct damage, Stealth Rocks still add immense pressure when switching. Positive the foe will not want to try her luck again, Pokemai seemingly swaps out in favor of her own Mew. Spotting it has already taken prior damage, I can safely assume that it is Zoroark who occupies the main slot. Taking the chance to restore my HP, my wall is ready to face battle anew. Facing down an unfavorable duel, Aerodactyl takes flight once more to save the day. As the enemy Mew engulfs the arena with a nightmarish attack, my suspicions of a Zoroark in disguise are confirmed. Thankfully enough, even the Life Orb provides insufficient aptitude for a swift assassination. Boasting surpassing speed compared to the foes, my flyer dives in and slams the ground with Earthquake. With another down, the score bounces out at 4 vs 4. Eager to repay the death of Zoroark, my adversary unleashes her signature Pokemon, Arcanine. Exhausted from the previous engagement and unable to take any more blows, I bail out with Aerodactyl and position Kabutops on the field. As my orders Arcanine to utilize its Quicksilver Extreme Speed attack, Aerodactyl is saved for now. Despite the fact that Arcanine can use close combat to demolish my hardy Pokemon, its defensive schooling will allow me to survive a single hit. Therefore I blitz forward with Aqua Jet. As a swift slash connects, Arcanine is hit for tremendous damage in the form of another critical hit. Whatever the outcome, the battle is branded for both highs and lows in terms of chance. Down half her team, the adversary sends forth Mew. Unsure of the set due to this Pokemon's incredible versatility, I stay put as the foe's combatant appears to be another full-on attacker. Striking for super effective damage with Aura Sphere, Kabutops trembles at Mew's might. Barely holding on to life, Stone Edge finds its mark and deals mediocre damage. Afraid her adaptable Pokemon might heal off the injuries, I proceed with my course of action, yet am stopped cold by another assault. Eliminated from play, Kabutops' death drops the score to 3 versus 3. Seeing another opportunity for a rapid kill, Aerodactyl glides in on wings of rock. As it circles the prey, a quick smack with Earthquake banishes the foe from play. With the match reaching the end stage, the score is now 3 versus 2. Fielding Azumarill for a second time, I'm confident Mai will want to take advantage of the situation again with Substitute. Having little to no HP remaining, I dauntlessly hold fast and execute a taunt attack. Confident my opponent will predict a shift in Pokemon once more, I instruct my prehistoric beast to launch a final attack, but again fails to leave a mark. Focused and determined, Azumarill bashes my Pokemon with a brutal attack, knocking it back to the Stone Age. With both trainers down to 2 Pokemon, the tension is surely peaking. Backing super effective moves against both leftover Pokemon, yet forced to stick to a single one due to choice spectacles, I must choose carefully in order to follow it through to a successful conclusion. Blasting the adversary with Hidden Power Grass, Nidoking snarls back as it ignores my powerful blow. Unable to endure a blitz from this powerful fiend, I'm constrained to withdraw once more to retain my chances and call forth Mew. As Nidoking breaks the ground with a continuous effort in the form of Earth Power, I'm compelled to roost off the damage for as long as I can, until an opportunity presents itself. Lacking Psychic in favor of Transform has put me on the back foot for the time being. As Mew gradually regains HP and apparently can outstall Nidoking's attacks, the possibilities of a critical hit or Roost's power points dropping to 0 before any result is made are far too great. Aware that Nidoking's force proves to be insufficient, Pokemai11 recalls and redeploys Azumarill, while I desperately persist with Roost. Spotting a chance to turn the tables on my opponent now that she switched Pokemon, I must try to exhaust her Azumarill. With the foe's Gladiator out of breath, I might snatch its form and possibly knock it out in the process if I'm able to muster enough strength in this mirror match. If Azumarill falls, my opponent's last Pokemon shall surely crumble as well. Easier said than done, Azumarill's massive HP stat and leftovers item to steadily restore itself complicates the attempt greatly. As I try to match the opponent in guile and strength, Azumarill refuses to go down without a fight. Driven to show its trainer that it won't back down even against a clone, the foe's Azumarill pulls out all the stops to combat Mew. Made anxious by the poor progress of the battle at hand, I'm at my rope's end to make something work. Recalling my Mew in the hopes to catch Azumarill's waterfall and meant myself enough to endure a single hit from Nidoking, my opponent remains sharp with her eyes on the prize and orders Azumarill to launch a final slog. With a fearsome jab to the corpus, Poliwrath succumbs to the bunny's fury, leaving the score at a narrow 1 versus 2. Down to the wire with my last Pokemon, my chances for victory slip with each passing turn. Headstrong to weather and deplete my adversary's Azumarill, so I might take its form and defeat it like mentioned earlier. The Pokemon's damage output proves to be far too great to obtain any significant advantage with my recovery move. As the noose tightens, the match draws to a close. Prolonging the inevitable by Roost stalling in the hopes I might still pull it off, Pokemai eventually swaps out for Nidoking and seals my fate. As Transform changes my shape into Nidoking's, the enemy shakes the ground for a last time and destroys my last combatant. Out of usable Pokemon, I admit defeat as the match ends in a 0 versus 2. I'll let it play for now, but that was the game for today and I hope you enjoyed it. Psychic instead of Transform would have aided me greatly in this endeavor, but no use in crying over spilled milk. It was a good match and we both had loads of fun. That's the real goal when battling. If you want to see more, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. And for those interested in knowing more about my opponent, you can check her out on the channel link below. I'll definitely give it a look, same goes for the forum, as she did provide me with a lot of screen time in our last video. That's it for now, FenixFire off.